Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader here for Mr. Topstep with your Monday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so, we had the lousy jobs report on Friday, and we basically sold off. And we just kept on going. We made a low early last night down at 1262. We've been rallying off that ever since. We've done about 15 handles. The current trade is 1277.75. The one thing I was noting, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, this CNBC markets in turmoil deal and, Maria Bartiromo just openly panicking on national television and, in prime time. People have gone from a point where stocks were never going to go down, up above, 1400, 1410, 1415, that we were going to be seeing these ridiculous valuations on stocks, to now, and all anybody talked about at that point was they want to pull back. We've now pulled back from 1419 to 1262. Rather than being 60 handles above the 45-day pivot, we found ourselves 58 handles and change below the 45-day pivot down on 1262. And instead of wanting to get involved in that market, nobody wants to buy. People are talking about 1250, which could absolutely happen. People are talking about somebody was talking about 1195 last night. We're not going straight down to 1195, everybody. There's going to be rallies along the way. We're getting one right now. We just did a 15-handle rally. And, where do we come out? I don't know. But I will tell you this. If you get greedy with rallies in this kind of market, you're going to get hurt. If you're buying the dips, and a lot of my subscribers did last night, I'm in a swing long, and I'm even right now at 1277.06. I've been legging in on the way down, but I have other subscribers that bought my ad last night down at 1265.75. They're getting out right now, 12 handles later. If you bought that dip last night, you need to take your profits. If you get greedy trying to hold rips in this kind of a market, you're going to get very, very disappointed, because what you're going to see happen is these rips are going to get sold. We're going to head lower. So unless you're in a situation where you're kind of trading around a core long position, which is what I'm doing, if you're just buying dips and selling rips, you have to remember, if you bought that dip, you have got to sell that rip. And 1277.75 off of 1262 feels like a rip. So if you haven't taken some profits from trades last night, below the 1270 level, you need to think about doing that. The pivots today, you've got the daily pivot up at 1284.92. You've got the 3 and the 9 day that are lockstep up at 1293. If we get some news and we start to rip, 1293 is a very natural exhaustion level for today. On pullbacks, you have to look at 1270, you have to look at 1265, and of course at 1262. If we break to new lows, then 1253 is a big number on everybody's board, probably too big, and I think you could see an overshoot to the if not to 1251, you could see an overshoot to around 1247. All right, but let's do full support and resistance. And as I'm pulling this up, I always say use stops and be hedged. It's never more true than in times like this. So, don't leave big positions on, if you're not going to be at your desk, and just, really watch your stuff, because whether you're long or short, volatility is here right now. So current trade, 1277 half. On the upside, I've got 1281.16, 1283 half, daily pivot 1284.92, 1287.25, and 1292 half. On the downside, 1267, 1262, 1256 half, 1253, and I gave you that 1247 level as well. Okay, everybody have a fantastic day. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader for Mr. Topstep. Trade them well, everybody, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast.